I will repeat the same steps I did in class. So in order to set up the bottom actions, I will hold the control key, select the bottom, and drag and drop. So don't forget, for the buttons, it should be an action for the connection part, and then I would just enter the name for this button. The name I'm using is enter digit, and the type of this action, I will make sure that it is a UI button. Then the event touch up inside is basically once you click on this button and you release, then that is touch up inside. Okay, so I set up this connection. After that, okay, you'll see on the left hand side that for this action, it actually will have this kind of a radio button. When you move the mouse cursor to the radio button, it will show you which elements is connected to this action. Okay, and then as we have discussed in class that we would like to make the connections from all these buttons to this action. So what we can do is we can do the same thing. Okay, there are multiple different ways to do that. One way is select these other elements and then go to the top right corner, go to the connection inspector, and then you can select the touch up inside. Okay, move your mouse cursor to the right when it shows up this cross sign, and then you just need to drag it and then drop it to your action. Then it builds this connection, similar to what we did for the previous one. Okay, so that's one way of doing it. The other way of doing it is the same. You do control drag and drop and then select this function as well. Okay, still do the same thing. Okay, so you do the same thing for the rest of them. Control drag and drop. Set up these connections. Okay. So now all my digit information right here, it should have this corresponding information. Then the next step is definitely we are going to modify this label to reflect whatever the number you entered. So we are going to drag and drop from here and then put it to my view controller class. Since it is not an action, this is just a label, so I will just put display. I will just put this display. Okay. Then the first step is once you have the display, then whenever we click on some of these buttons, that my display should be updated according to whatever you click on. So in order to change the display, all we need is we have display, and then we access the text part of the display in this way, and then set it up to be whatever number you enter. Okay, so the number you enter right here, one way of doing that is you just simply provide a 1. Okay, or provide a 2, 3, 4 individually, but that's definitely not what we want, since this enter digit function is for all these numbers. So in this case, in order for us to take out the actual numbers stored in these buttons, what we do is since when you click on the button, it actually triggers this function and then send itself as the parameter right here. So I'm actually using the button itself to pull out the information stored for the numbers. Okay, so I'm using sender Okay, sender right here, the parameter is the UI button, which you just clicked on, and dot current title. Okay, sender dot current title. If you want to know what is sender dot current title, you can actually hold the Option key and click on this function. It will show you the function, what's the purpose of this function, and if you want to go one step further, you can go to the property reference to see the information about what is current title, and then if you want to know more about UI button, you can also go to the UI button right here. Now we can try it out and see whether the time we click on the button, it is showing us the result or not. On the top left corner, I'm going to select for my simulator. Okay, I can either connect directly to an iPhone, or I can just run this app in a simulator. Okay, so instead, since I'm going to show you how it works, so I'm using a simulator and run my app. So it is built successfully, and the simulator should come out shortly. Takes a little bit longer than expected, but it should be fine. If it's still not showing up, what we can do is we can stop it. Okay, it's showing up. So now you see this all these buttons are laid out nicely. And if you want, you can also go to the hardware. Okay, for the simulator, you can go to the hardware, and then you can do your rotation. Or the other way is you can hold the command key and then just use the right arrow. Okay, left, right. Okay, you can use this way in order to do the rotation.